Sure, and that intro in the book led you into facing the question of your daughters potentially experimenting with cannabis one
Absolutely.
day. And you said in the book that you'd prefer them to do that instead of messing with tobacco or alcohol. And did that take time to get to that perspective, or is that pretty, you know, I know the facts and I know what research is out there and it's a given?
Yeah, you know, it didn't take, there was no transition to get there. I grew up and I graduated high school in Fort Collins. Mm-hmm. And when I was in high school, my parents, like many others, they grounded me for a weekend once when they caught me and my buddy smoking pot. And at the time I felt it was harmless. And I'm looking at like going, I could be drinking alcohol. I could be smoking cigarettes. I could be doing all sorts of things, you know, with other drugs that are far more dangerous to me and my well-being and to society and what I might do. And even at that age, you know, when I was 17 years old and spending the weekend alone in my room, I was realizing like how short-sighted this seemed. And so when I got into the industry, it really wasn't a far leap for me to say, now that this is legal, you know, what do I want my kids to know about it? And what I want my girls to know, I've got 3 daughters that I love with all of my heart, and I really care about who I am for them as individuals, mm-hmm. and the world that I leave them and what our community stands for and how safe our community is, because I'm a parent largely. And the result that I have from that is like, I'm proud of what I do. I really think that, you know, to Mason Tvert's point, marijuana is a safer alternative to a lot of these other things. It has medical value. The biggest issue with marijuana is the fact that it's illegal. Mm-hmm. If marijuana wasn't illegal, people wouldn't be in jail for marijuana, because the users of marijuana aren't out there creating, you know, there's no violent crime, there's very little violent crime, the rates of abuse, of accidents, of harming other people, all those things for marijuana are so much lower. And so for me to kind of reconcile my own personal beliefs with what I hope for my kids was actually fairly a short trip mentally.
Sure, I get that. Yeah. And it also comes down to kind of what we've been told, yeah. Over the decades. And you and I were both lied to plenty of times in public schools in Colorado about